Common Council meeting to order. Councilwoman Konechny, please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I didn't see that before.
Roll call. Clerk Treasurer Porte.
We'll start on this side. Councilwoman Konechny.
Present.
Councilwoman West.
Here.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Present.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Present.
Councilman Frankie, absent. Councilman Vincent, absent. Councilman Galloway, absent. 4 present, 3 absent.
Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
They were a doozy.
Yeah.
That's my only comment.
Not Courtney.
I'm done for the night.
Any other comments?
Sorry.
Hearing none. All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes 4-0. I do not have any petitions or comments of the citizens. Anything on social media?
Not yet.
Is there anybody from the public that did not sign up that would like to speak? Standing committee reports. Councilwoman Ficus.
Park Board met on December 21st. The Park Department got all of their new fleet vehicles, so they requested permission for either disposal or transfer of any of their outdated vehicles or equipment. 3 pieces of equipment will be disposed of, and 2 trucks will be transferred to the Street Department. Beechwood is looking at options for getting a fairway mower, a rough mower, and a new aerator for the golf course. Kyle Cashmer's contract was renewed at all of the same terms as the last contract. The LaPorte Tennis Booster Club will be putting up a banner at the Bill Reed Tennis Complex to advertise their club. And then, since council is meeting tonight, we have moved the Traffic Commission meeting to next Tuesday, January 10th, 5 p.m. at the police station.
Councilwoman Cutler.
The bid board will meet Monday, January 9th at 5 p.m. this month, and the UEA will meet Wednesday, January 18th at 4 p.m. at Leaf offices.
Councilwoman West.
The Fire Merit Commission will meet this Wednesday at 6 o'clock at Fire Station number, pick a number, on 18th Street. My mind just went blank. 1. Thank you. Oh, boy, it's going to be a night.
Councilwoman Konechny.
The Airport Authority will meet next on January 11th at 5 p.m. at the airport. That should be 5:15. I apologize. And it is going to be a night. And then the HPC will meet next on Tuesday, January 17th at 5:30 here in council chambers.
Thank you. Welcome to 2023, and thank you for your service in 2022. People have no idea all that you do, so thank you. President Pro Tem appointment. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to reappoint Tim Frankie as President Pro Tem.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations to President Pro Tem, Councilman Tim Frankie, and that's what happens when you don't show up for meetings.
Right, Carol?
Yes.
Councilwoman, well, before that, do we want to,
Yes, Mayor. Real quick, so we have actually have 4 items that are tabled from the last meeting. Prior to items 8 and 9 being voted on tonight, the council would need to approve these fiscal plans first, and so the recommendation would be that the council take off the table both of the fiscal plans for these projects. I would recommend first taking off the fiscal plan for Pine Lake North annexation before before item 8.
do I have a motion to take the fiscal plan for Pine Lake North annexation?
I move to bring the resolution to adopt a definitive policy and written fiscal plan for the Pine Lake North annexation off the table.
Second.
On the table, to put it on.
Or put it
Put
on the table. Take it.
Second.
Put it on
I have
the
a-
table. Sorry.
Motion and a second. Before we say, take any discussion, would you like to just explain between?
So there'll be another motion then to approve this. So
Right.
this is just to take it.
Take it
put
off
on
the table.
Put it on the table to consider.
So any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes 4-0. So it's been taken off the table. Is there a motion?
Well, now do we have to make the motion to have it say, to read Pine Lake North rather than Rhoda Farms because it was not
Yes.
seconded at the
Yep.
last meeting?
Yep. You
Before
can-
we-
I would read it as title only then, yep, on, correct.
Want to make a motion to title only?
Okay,
But we do need a motion on the resolution.
Correct.
okay, so I'll make a motion to read the resolution by title only for the second and final time.
Second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion is a part of that. Mr. Otis or Mr. Phillips, if you'd like to speak what this is regarding,
Sure, thank you. Good evening. Very briefly,
please state your name for the
Craig
record.
Phillips, Community Development and Planning Director for the city. So very briefly, what you have before you is a written fiscal plan, which lays out basically an analysis of all of the costs for services and other costs related to the annexation as it pertains to the city. You have a detailed plan. I would just call your attention to the summary page, which will show you on page 12 of the Pine Lake North annexation document. Basically, you can see that the fiscal impact of the annexation is pretty minimal. It basically has to do with the cost of the maintenance of a stretch of street, which would be Severs Road from US 35 to State Road 39. The majority of the cost comes from that. Some costs related to any fuel that the police might need to expend due to the addition of that roadway, bringing it to a total that you see there of about $3,700. There's a 3% inflationary adjustment built in there, and then you can see those numbers accordingly. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. It has very minimal impact on city services, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about the annexation fiscal plan.
Attorney Otis?
Nothing to add on the fiscal plan. Of course, this is required to be approved prior to the annexation ordinance being approved.
Further discussion? I do have a motion and a second. All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, wait, I
Now
don't
you're
think
gonna
she
read it.
fully read the title yet.
So is that the motion just to approve the amendment?
I thought we were
Like
just
she-
reading it by title only.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't think you read it correctly, and I don't think there needs to be another vote on it. You've approved the fiscal plan.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Well, not yet, but we're about to.
Yeah, she made a motion to introduce the resolution by title only, but then never read the title.
Correct.
All right.
So I'm
Then go ahead and
thinking
read the
maybe she
title.
should read
All
the
right.
title.
Yeah, we were confused, okay.
Okay.
A resolution adopting a definitive policy and written fiscal plan for Pine Lake North annexation.
You have a motion and a second.
Now we can vote.
And I have a second.
West, yes.
Julie, Councilwoman West. So we do have a motion and a
A
second.
second.
Discussion, again, this is a very well-developed program. It's part of requirement from state statute, so it's a long process. This does lead us from Pine Lake to the potential annexation, and this is needed to reach the potential annexation of 39 North. So I do have a motion and a second. Further questions? Hearing none. All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0. So with the fiscal plan being approved, second reading of an ordinance, Councilwoman Konechny.
Your Honor, I'd like to read an ordinance for the second time by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Councilwoman Konechny.
An ordinance of the Common Council of the City of LaPorte, Indiana, annexing to and bringing within the city limits of LaPorte, Indiana, and amending the zoning ordinance for property located in Center Township, contiguous here within. Mr. Otis, keep going.
Nope, that's all, that's all.
Thank
it
you.
needs. Yep.
So I do have a motion and a second. Mr. Phillips?
So a lot of the information with regard to the annexation is available in the fiscal plan document itself. The last few pages have the map that shows the 4 parcels that are included in the annexation, as well as a legal description of the land included. It's largely undeveloped at this point, and other than the cemetery property itself, which is partially developed, the remainder of the property included in the annexation is currently undeveloped, and like I said, it includes a portion of Severs Road. And otherwise, as the mayor stated, it's the necessary connective tissue for contiguity purposes to the potential 39 North annexation in the future. So happy to answer any questions you have about the annexation otherwise.
And the 3 properties included in this that are supportive of this,
4 parcels, 3 property owners, correct.
which would, do you mind naming them?
Midwest Like Kind Exchange Incorporated, Pine Lake Cemetery, and Edward and Carolyn Nevsky.
Questions for Mr. Phillips?
And then just to reiterate again, Mr. Phillips, this was all voluntary.
This is all 100% voluntary.
Understood, thank you.
And I would comment, so this is 60.37 total acres. The parcel owned by Midwest Like Kind Exchange is at the intersection of Severs, Johnson, Pine Lake, and 35. That's undeveloped. I think the owner, looking at various options, and felt like coming into the city was the best option for them. A lot of potential there. It's got a nice bluff overlooking the lake, so maybe a lot of options I know he's looking at, restaurants to different things, so.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I do have a motion and a second. Further discussion? All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0. So we do have another fiscal plan that's been tabled. Would somebody like to take that off the table?
I'll go ahead and do it again. I move to bring the resolution to adopt a definitive policy and written fiscal plan for Hester J. Muller Revocable Trust on the table, or put it on the table.
Second.
So I do have a motion to put it on the table and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0, and it is now on the table. Councilwoman Cutler.
Oh, Your Honor, could I read the resolution by title only?
Correct.
Okay, a resolution adopting a definitive policy and written fiscal plan for Hester J.W. Muller Revocable Trust.
And we will need a second for that.
Second.
So I do have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Craig, explain this one.
Yeah, Craig, Mr. Phillips.
Okay.
Thank you. Again, you have the detailed fiscal plan for this annexation in front of you. It consists of a total of 2 parcels, both owned by Hester J.W. Muller Trust, Revocable Trust, and if you will go to page 12 in the document, that's again the summary of the fiscal analysis. You'll note that it lists the street department and the costs associated with street maintenance and related activities at $4,300, and the police department consisting of fuel necessary at $1,200 for a total of $5,500. I would note that this includes basically the maintenance and access to portions of Park Street as well as County Road 150 West. And that's the majority of the cost associated with this. Again, a minimal impact to the city, but also important in terms of future growth for the city moving forward. So happy to answer any questions you have about the fiscal plan analysis.
And Dr. Mueller, her interest in developing this area is key, and having this property, which kind of has laid dormant for many years, there's now an opportunity.
Correct.
Questions for Mr. Phillips? So I do have a motion and a second on the resolution. Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Now, Councilwoman Cutler, second reading of an ordinance.
Your Honor, I move to introduce an ordinance for the second by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Councilwoman Cutler.
An ordinance of the Common Council of the City of LaPorte, Indiana, annexing to and bringing within the city limits of LaPorte, Indiana, and amending the zoning ordinance for property located in Center Township, contiguous herewith.
Mr. Phillips, anything you need to add to this?
Just that the name of the petitioner is Hester J. Miller Revocable, Hester J.W. Miller Revocable Trust. Consists of vacant land on Park Street. The intent is in the future, we believe, for the development of that property and connection to city services. It consists of 34.23 acres, currently located in Center Township. And again, you have the map in the fiscal plan at the rear of that document that shows the layout of the properties and the two parcels included in the annexation area. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have with regard to this annexation request. And it is 100% voluntary and meets the contiguity requirements necessary for annexation into the city.
Questions? Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
Thank you.
So I do have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Comments? All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0. We do have two more items that have been tabled. Is there a motion?
Well, I do have a question. Since the fire station, the building, that appointment has been tabled, can it stay tabled one more time until we hear from the third person? Is it
Yeah, if nobody makes a motion to take it off, it would just stay
I'd
tabled.
like to leave it on.
Yep.
I'd make a motion to leave it on.
You don't even need a
I don't
motion,
even need
it
to do that,
stays.
just
Yep,
stays.
yep.
Okay.
And as far as the other, I don't have an update, so
Yeah, I
we'll
think
just
that
leave
would be
that be.
Councilman Frankie, so
Correct.
if we could just leave that one.
And that's helping, try to get a hold of.
Trying to get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So with that, we'll move to any business, other business. I just would like to remind everybody, the NIBC basketball tournament, which will be covered on a national basis by ESPN, will be here Thursday through Friday.
Saturday.
Thursday through Saturday, and there'll be some tremendous games here at the city that will be seen on a national basis, and I would highly encourage everybody to stop by. This is basketball you can't find anywhere else, and
Cool halftime stuff, too.
yeah, there's some cool halftime stuff. I know the tumblers, the Jesse White tumblers will be here one day. There'll be some opportunities to hit half-court shots for money, and Mr. Ogle, I think, would be interested. I want to see his jump shot. But please check it out. It's, yeah, the 8th, 7th, and 8th graders will be playing at halftime. And again, we competed with Washington, D.C., with Florida for this tournament, and we're excited to begin our second year. So I think Mr. Otis will be there.
That's the plan.
That's great. So please don't miss. And again, it's 2023. We're excited to work with the county to help move forward on the corridor and remove truck traffic off downtown. And I think we're gaining a lot of momentum for people recognizing what we deal with on a daily basis and be open-minded to sit down and look. And we encourage anybody that would like to talk about it to call my cell or visit 363-7293. But most important, someone visit with Charity Lasfa from Hotspot Cafe and see what she goes through on a daily basis. She'll be glad to share the issues her and other businesses have to deal with. So with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Mayor, real quick, Brett Van Versi posted that the LaPorte High School cheerleaders will perform at halftime at the 1 and 3 o'clock games on Saturday.
Great.
Great. Thank you, Brett.
Support local. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We are adjourned.
Get it?
Zip.